Hello my 7 deadly sins family and friends, welcome back to another video. We are going to look over the Spacetime Junction, and I'm not going to really look deep into people that have high potential, as it should be relatively easy for you. I will showcase a really poor run by me with my P10 melee, kind of just like fly through it, even with a ton of mistakes a bit later on. But I really want to focus on having a look at a P4 Escanor account with characters that you have access with free to play. So let's have a quick look at the team and the stats they have and what equipment they're running, and then we can get right into the fights and having a bit of fun. So with Escanor, P4, as you can see, he's got nearly 18.5k attack without food buff. Remember, this is without food buff, so it will go up. The details, he's got 41% crit chance with 92% crit damage. That's really nice, and especially 30% ultimate move damage. 4.5k fire attack with about 60% fire attack increase. So yeah, we could get a bit more here or there, but really solid. We have full SSR weapons with limit break for Gluttonous Soul Axe. And before you say anything, this is very achievable for free to play, because in the most recent update, not the one today, but the Escanor update, we got 6 SR select chests for free that you use to then craft SSR weapons. We also have access to the shards from the drops during the Abyss dungeon as well, and limit break 3 and even 4 don't cost that much. It is 5 and 6 that cost a lot. You need like 30 shards from 4 to get to 6. So you only need 20 shards here. So it is achievable for free to play. We've got a decent roll on the axe actually. We've got max crit chance, high crit damage and ult move damage. That's really nice. The great sword does nothing for us apart from this equipment attack here with 0 limit break. This is probably because we're wanting to use this as a weapon in itself for the holy team. That's why we do not have the equipment attack. But we do have it on this sword and shield. Again, it'd probably be better if we went with an SR sword and shield and having max attack with maximum break, because you will get more attack. But that's fine, this is still really nice. We have 117 out of 130, so a bit low on the gear level scale, but we do have level 2, which is quite nice, medium. We've got 2 terrible engraving rolls with all elemental burst efficiency and tag skill damage increase, but a lovely max ultimate move damage. We are running a 2-piece Mad Miner set. I could probably level these up for a bit more resistances, but we'll see how we go. And I've got a really low gear level of Arachne Ring, but it's got crit chance and attack, so we're just using that for the time being. Obviously we've maxed the mastery. As I showed, he's got P4. Let's go over to Tristan. Tristan is P6, but that only means you have got 2 more dupes, which is really easy to get. Well, if you have the RNG to pull him, but it's an SR unit, and that amount of summons that we have been able to achieve since the start of game, very obtainable. It would be lovely if we got P7 and especially P10, but that's kind of whale territory, especially P10, so it's kind of good with that it's only P7. Max mastery, we've got a level 2 on his engraved gear as well, which is going to help with his burst efficiency. A 124 out of 130, which is quite nice, and the gradient bonus is kind of rubbish. I guess it helps with a bit of damage, but it's kind of rubbish. We kind of wanted more burst efficiency. We have a full SSR craftable all elemental burst efficiency set. Unfortunately, we only got cold burst efficiency. We couldn't get all or fire, but that's okay. Weapons, again, doesn't really matter. We could try and roll and get fire burst efficiency, but not going to really mess around with that. And these don't matter too much, but a bit more attack doesn't hurt. On to Gila. We use the sword and shield because we want to have a bit more survivability and also the fire damage. She is P4, so 100% free to play. You get her for free, and this is as much as possible you can get without pulling dupes. Obviously max mastery. We're looking at her equipment, just shoved on literally random stuff, with having her engraved gear for her sword and shield. The lowest you can get 111 and level 1 as well. So really not great at all. Again, as for the weapons, it does not really matter, but we've got the blazing one, and then these are kind of rubbish stats. We kind of wanted barrier efficiency. Not a problem. And then for Manny, again, really easy to have for free to play. We've had 2 SSR selectors, so it's very, very obtainable to get her P5. It won't make too much of a difference if you only have her P4 or less, to be honest. Mainly just the stats and giving you more health. She's got a max blazing staff, so we're going to use her to get that first strike to begin with. And then she's just got a 126 engraving. We will not be using combined attacks, so it doesn't really matter. And then we're having a bit of magic charge efficiency, and that is it really. We could use this because when I hit an enemy with when they're bursted, I can have a potential of reducing the crit defense up to 15%. But again, we're not really looking at this too much. So yes, that was a quick overview of the team. Very, very free to play friendly and obtainable for people. And with Escanor, could potentially get some better rolls or higher stats, but it's pretty good, pretty solid, I would say. So without further ado, we are going to use the best food in the game. If you have not seen it, it is the meat and fruit pie. You craft it with any non-purple fruit, any grain, so that's like corn, wheat, rice, and large meat. That's how you craft it. It's going to give us 17% extra attack plus 125 and 12% extra crit chance. So let's pop that right now. We've got the slowness buff, typical. So have a quick look at Escanor's stats whilst that is counting down. He's now from 18.5 to now 20.5 attack. Really, really nice, with a 53% crit chance. So just to show you his abilities, he's going to do these big slams that do these shockwaves of balls. He does AoE a bit around him and they kind of fly. So you want to make sure that you're not near him when he does that, or at least try and be right behind him to try and not get hit by the AoEs. And then he does this big flash. And on the blue one, you're going to want to tag someone in. I don't even have a tag to use. And you just keep, as you can see, he does it over and over and over again. So you need to make sure you have a tag available to switch someone in. Now, I find even if you tag at the right time, it can miss so often just from how your character comes in. So if you have someone that has like a big AoE when they tag in, like for example Manny's a really good one, or a Daisy, sometimes Gila, but I've seen Gila miss as well, then that's when you kind of want to wait until the second one, like wait like a second after, or like just a fraction of a second after the second one's done, to then switch in to your Manny or Daisy for example, and then as they land from their tag it will stun the enemy.
At dawn I kneel to none, the gold wakes up in me. One step and shadows crack like glass beneath my feet. I wear my pride like fire, a crown no one can take. When I lift up my head, the whole sky starts to shake. The road bows down when I come near. Your kings grow small, I have no fear. Escanor, I decide the day. Escanor.
And there we have it, guys. Oh, that was a pretty intense battle. And I know I didn't get any stars, but you can clear it for the first, just the first clear rewards. I didn't play as well as I could have. I'm still learning the attacks that the enemy does. But yeah, I didn't use food either, which cuts down like a minute of your time, potentially. At least getting down below 4 minutes to get the first star. 100%. 100%. But I have seen a lot of people saying free-to-play cannot clear this at all. But this is a free-to-play team, very obtainable, and it is possible to clear. So now that we've seen it being cleared by me with bad ping and not using Daisy, I'm now going to show you my friend who I have shared clearing this new content in the past videos. He did Furzen and Gallon Abyss solo with his free-to-play account, P4 Escanor. He's using Manny, he's using Gila that we get for free, and he is using Daisy. But free to play, not very high potential whatsoever. You've seen his stats, you've seen the proof in the past videos, and if you haven't seen those videos, I do recommend watching them because they're so helpful for lower potential players and free to play players as well. And now I think I'm a pretty good gamer, obviously not the best, but this guy, he's so good. He's really good. He's tried over and over and over. He has learnt the battle, memorized the attacks, and he has cleared it in a phenomenal time for a P4 and free-to-play team. So, please, enjoy.
But you will never win. Feel it rise, feel the heat. The one. Strike again, face defeat. The one. Escanor, I command the flame. Escanor, bow before my name. Break yourself on light. Every strike erased in fire. Escanor, I rise higher. You slam the shattered ground. A storm of iron blows. Relentless in your rage, but still you never close. Ritter burns alive, the sun within my grasp. One swing will end your war, one breath will be your last. Hear the roar, watch me climb. The one. This is peak, this is time. The one. Escanor, I command the flame. Escanor, bow before my name. Break yourself on light. Every strike erased in fire. Escanor, I rise higher. You fall, your fury cracks in two. You crawl, there's nothing left of you. The sun stands still. The world holds breath. One final swing. I give out death.
Now that was pretty epic, wasn't it? 2:30, just over 2 minutes and 30 seconds with a P4 Escanor. He did use food, the fruit meat pie that I didn't, and he did use Daisy. Daisy's insane. That much difference is immense. So if you don't have Daisy, you can clear it. 4 minutes, totally obtainable. I can guarantee it. But if you do have Daisy And if you can get Limit Break 6 Axe, because he doesn't have that yet, I think he's got LB4 as well, from my recollection, I think you can get sub 2 minutes as free to play. So keep grinding, get that platinum, make those SSR weapons to salvage to get that Limit Break 6, because we've got about 2 months. About 2 months for just to complete this. We don't have to do it on the first day, but 2 months, you know. So you have the time to be able to get these SSR weapons to get the Limit Break 6 for Escanor. And I just know we can be able to clear it with P4 under 2 minutes. Anyway, I'm just even gonna skip my P10 one, because so many other YouTubers have shown P10 clears and other people are sharing their videos of P10 clears, and I think it's a bit boring, you know. It's not helpful for other people. So if you have found this video helpful and giving you a slight bit of hope, because remember, this is end game content, you know, really end game content, please consider subscribing, give me a like and commenting. If you need any advice whatsoever, I literally reply to every single comment. So I'm more than happy to give you advice with my opinion to help you guys. And I hope to see you in the next video. So until then, bye.